Welcome to SMB University. In this module, we will be exploring security. We will look at the current security challenges and trends that customers are facing. We will take a look at the solutions that Cisco has and how these can align to and solve the current challenges. As part of each solution, we will show how to correctly position Cisco security. Security threats are constantly evolving, and it is not unusual to see regular news coverage of a cybersecurity attack affecting some of the biggest companies and brands in the world. The motivation behind these attacks varies. However, what is clear is the effect they have on business, from loss of customer confidence and loss of reputation to direct cost implications of stock price and compensation payments. Today's security threats are getting increasingly sophisticated, and to keep their businesses safe, your customer will be looking for a dynamic, cost-effective solution to secure their networks, applications, and customers. This comes at a time when the choice of network access is becoming wider. Business users demand access to their applications via many different devices and from many different location types. In addition to the company or corporate locations, users are much more used to ubiquitous access in public areas such as coffee shops, airports, home offices, and other remote locations. Also, the applications being accessed are being distributed with private and public cloud-based services being utilized as cost-effective alternatives to hosting applications in a business location. The result of this is a distributed model of both users and applications, providing the great benefits of flexible device and location options, but creating a security challenge in how they are protected from attack. We also have the trend of the Internet of Everything, where we are no longer just looking at human-to-machine interactions, but increasingly seeing machine-to-machine interactions becoming more commonplace, providing a further requirement for evolved security solutions. As more devices are network-enabled, the possibility of security vulnerabilities increases. Recent stories include the first reported use of an Internet-enabled refrigerator as one of many bots in a denial-of-service attack. The other issue we need to manage is the changing threat landscape. We have agile actors who are increasingly better funded and improving their approaches for attacking us. As recently as 10 years ago, we were focused on less sophisticated attacks like the blaster and slammer worms. We were getting phishing emails originating from Nigeria saying, "If you give me $10 today, I'll give you $1,000 in 2 weeks." These were most often poorly worded, so as users, we could spot them easily. But today, think about how much more sophisticated the attackers are. They are researching on sites such as LinkedIn, studying very detailed information about your companies and your employees, and then sending targeted emails to people to click on a malicious link. What we've done in response is to add many new security solutions to stop these problems, which actually contributes to the fragmentation picture of security solutions today. This has led to increasing complexity and difficult management and increasing costs. What we hear from our customers is that there are 3 major problems they tend to have that are related to security. Firstly, how do I maintain security and compliance as my IT landscape is changing? I have users demanding increased mobility for their applications and services. I am being driven for better economies. I am led towards cloud services and new ways of delivering applications. The Internet of Everything will mean increasing numbers of network-attached devices with threats I won't have planned for. Secondly, How do I maintain our ability to stay ahead of, or at least keep up with, the changing threat landscape? I can't continue to deploy static security solutions. I must have a dynamic solution that adapts to all the threats as they change or become more sophisticated. Lastly, as I work on these first two, I am creating a lot of complexity in our environments. Complexity leads to cost and fragmentation, which is not good for us from a security model perspective. To meet these challenges, Cisco has combined internal innovation with company acquisitions, such as the recent SourceFire acquisition, to create the industry's most comprehensive advanced threat protection solution covering the entire attack continuum. The Cisco security product portfolio has platform-specific solutions to solve current problems, but also to integrate into an overall security system. They work together to provide protection throughout the attack continuum, before, during, and after an attack. Before an attack, defenders need comprehensive awareness and visibility of what's on the extended network in order to implement policies and controls to defend it. Firewalls, virtual private networks, unified threat management, and network access control solutions combine to complete this. During an attack, the ability to continuously detect malware and block it is critical. Next-generation intrusion protection, web and email security give the tools to avoid the potential impacts of an attack whilst in progress. After an attack, defenders need retrospective security, the ability to marginalize the impact of an attack by identifying point of entry, determining the scope, containing the threat, eliminating the risk of reinfection, and remediating it. Advanced malware protection and analysis tools give this control and visibility. Let's now take a look at Cisco's security solutions, starting with Cisco Adaptive Security Appliance series of next-generation firewalls. Cisco ASA 5500X series next-generation firewalls integrate the world's most proven stateful inspection firewall with a comprehensive suite of next-generation firewall services for networks of all sizes. They are designed to meet the network, budget, and performance needs of small offices while delivering enterprise-strength security. They are available in a wide range of sizes, so it is easy to pick the unit with the right level of multi-gigabit performance dependent on requirement from the 5512X through to the 5555X. All models deliver the same level of security that protects the networks of some of the largest and most security-conscious companies in the world. They also provide next-generation firewall services, such as Cisco Application Visibility and Control, web security, botnet filtering, and intrusion prevention, so you can take advantage of new applications and devices without compromising security. Cisco ASA 5500X series next-generation firewalls for small offices and branch locations protect critical assets through exceptional next-generation firewall services that provide the visibility and detailed control that your enterprise needs to safely take advantage of new applications and devices. Cisco Application Visibility and Control, AVC, to control specific behaviors within allowed micro-applications. Cisco Web Security Essentials, WSE, to restrict web and web application use based on the reputation of a site. Broad and deep network security through an array of integrated cloud and software-based next-generation firewall services backed by Cisco Security Intelligence Operations, SIO. A highly effective intrusion prevention system, IPS, with Cisco Global Correlation. A high-performance VPN and always-on remote access. the ability to enable additional security services quickly and easily in response to changing needs. One of the major competitive strengths for Cisco is the Security Intelligence Operations, or SIO. This is the solution element that adds the dynamic capability to ensure that customer networks are protected from the most up-to-date threats being launched. SIO is part of a 7x24 operation using Cisco widely deployed solutions to gather and analyze vast amounts of global data and application traffic. With this information, it is able to provide real-time threat landscape information with analysis of web, email, and traffic patterns. Critical information is pushed down to security devices every 3 to 5 minutes. It is this ability to push global threat intelligence into the customer's security architecture that allows devices to make decisions based on a combination of both real threat information and context. This combination makes the Cisco security architecture unique in the security industry. Firewalls generally secured the network by blocking IP addresses and common port numbers used by applications on the network, which worked well while these applications kept to the allocated well-known port numbers. With the proliferation of web-based applications, all traversing ports 80 and 443, and the port-hopping nature of several applications like Skype, ports are no longer a good proxy for applications. Next-generation firewalls address this by offering application-based visibility and control, whereby it looks further into the data in order to classify the application and then control the session based on the policy. However, merely classifying an application is no longer enough either. Now you must identify the micro-applications being used within a bigger application and make the access controls decision based on all of these inputs. ASA-CX offers very granular controls that allow administrators to create firewall policies that match the nuanced business needs of today. ASA-CX not only identifies 1,000+ applications, but also identifies 75,000+ micro-applications, for example Farmville on Facebook. These micro-applications are bucketed into easy-to-use categories so that firewall administrators can easily allow or deny access to the relevant parts of the application. For example, on Facebook, these micro-applications are categorized into business, community, education, entertainment, games, and so on. Similarly, other applications like Google+, LinkedIn, Twitter, iTunes, etc. are also broken down into micro-applications. In addition to micro-applications, Prime Security Manager provides an interface to identify the application behavior. That is, what action is the user taking within that application. As an example, the Facebook Videos category identifies whether the user is uploading, tagging, or posting a video. So an administrator may allow users to view and tag videos, but not allow users to upload a video. You could also deny any postings from users, effectively making Facebook read-only. It is this visibility and granular control that makes ASA a vital part of the security solution. Complementary to the Cisco ASA-X, another important part of Cisco's security portfolio is the MX range from Meraki. Meraki were acquired by Cisco in 2012, giving Cisco access to a portfolio of networking devices that are centrally managed from the cloud. This feature-rich, easy-to-use cloud architecture enables customers to solve new business problems and reduce operating costs. Part of the portfolio is the MX range of cloud-managed security appliances, which have a strong feature set and unique benefits for the SMB and mid-market sectors. As can be seen from the diagram, The Cisco Meraki MX range fits nicely into the appliance space for SMB and mid-market, with the value add of the simple cloud-based management that appeals to this sector. The Cisco Meraki cloud networking architecture enables plug-and-play branch deployments and provides centralized visibility and control across any number of distributed locations. MX Security appliances self-provision, automatically pulling policies and configuration from the cloud, enabling branch deployments without on-site IT staff. The Meraki cloud delivers seamless firmware and security signature updates, automatically establishes site-to-site VPN tunnels, and provides automatic network monitoring and alerts. Since the MX is managed entirely through the Cisco Meraki web-based dashboard, configuration and diagnostics can be performed remotely just as easily as they can be performed on-site, eliminating costly field visits. Even firmware updates are performed seamlessly over the web. An integrated application-aware stateful firewall secures your network from malicious entities threatening today's networks. As with the next-generation firewalls we have seen earlier, the MX range are user, content, and application-aware. Integrated into the MX is the Snort-based Intrusion Prevention System, IPS, featuring signature, protocol, and anomaly-based inspection and threat containment. Custom firewall rules can be used to secure your network, allowing only approved essential services and connections. Global firewall rules can be easily deployed across VPN networks with a single click. Next, we look at Cisco content security, specifically email and web security. A great indication of the trends in email and web threats, amongst other threats, is the Cisco Annual Security Report. The 2013 report shows a number of things supporting the need for email and web security solutions. It's not unusual to assume that websites used to deliver malware to unsuspecting users are bad and illegitimate sites set up specifically to be malicious. However, what is shown is that methods to use legitimate and trusted sites to deliver malware are more common. The example shows online advertising is 182 times more likely to deliver malicious content in comparison to what are assumed to be risky sites. A huge growth in malware targeted towards mobile devices, particularly Android devices, shows that mobile devices must be included in a security strategy. As shown, this is still a relatively small percentage of overall attacks, but shows the future direction. Cross-platform attacks using methods such as Java, Flash, and PDF start to break the normal assumption of certain operating systems being easier to attack than others. And finally, the origins of malware are shown in the report to be totally international and not respectful of national boundaries. The top generators of malware attacks coming from the US, Russia, Denmark, and Sweden. One clear attack method needing a solution is the high use of so-called iframes to trick users into malicious sites. The chart shows 83.4% of the threats are via iframes in comparison to some of the other attacks. An iframe is an HTML document embedded inside another HTML document on a website. The iframe HTML element is often used to insert content from another source, such as an advertisement, into a web page. For malicious reasons, an attacker could hack legitimate and trusted websites, adding an iframe onto the page. This would show some content of interest that causes the unsuspecting user to click on the iframe, redirecting the user to a malicious site where malware would be downloaded to the user's machine. Part of Cisco's security intelligence operation is sensor base, the world's first, largest and most thorough email and web threat monitoring database. This illustrates some of the key sources of information that are part of over 150 parameters tracked in real time. As you can see, the dynamic database contains information for very different sources for information, such as spam traps, complaint reports, blacklists, composition of message, compromised hosts, volumes of data and website history. This is then used to calculate a reputation score between -10 and +10. This reputation score can then be used to characterize the action that should be invoked by Cisco security devices on a customer site or in the cloud-based services. We'll see more of this process in a few moments. It's this real-time insight into this data that allows us to see threats before anyone else in the industry, allowing us to protect our customers. Cisco's email security solutions offer you the industry's best anti-spam and antivirus protection, protecting your incoming email. We've been Gartner Group Magic Quadrant leaders for many years for our inbound spam and virus control. With the same solution, we can scan your outbound email to help you meet compliance. We can also look for sensitive data and automatically encrypt those messages, requiring the recipient to authenticate it in order to open and view that message. You can get all four of these from one vendor, and one very financially strong vendor like Cisco makes it very tough to beat. Our email security solutions are offered in 3 bundles. Our inbound security bundle with our anti-spam and antivirus technology. Our outbound bundle with RSA data loss prevention and CRES encryption. Our premium bundle for our complete solution. Spam is a complex problem that demands a sophisticated, multi-layered solution. Cisco makes it easy. To stop spam from reaching your inbox, we deploy a multi-layered defense that combines an outer layer of filtering based on the reputation of the sender and an inner layer of filtering that performs a deep analysis of the message. Using our Cisco SIO and the sensor base, we are able to drop over 80% of the bad email just based on the reputation of that sending IP address. Our SIO can tell if it's a valid SMTP connection. We can tell if the links embedded in that message take you to a legitimate site or a malware site. And we can block the sender because we know they're a spammer, all on the front end. At that point, if you want, you can bypass the spam engine and deliver known good email. Now we just have to scan the rest of the email in that grey area with our anti-spam engine. This results in a highly accurate spam defense, 99% accuracy, with an industry-low false positive rate of less than 1 in 1 million without sacrificing performance. There are 3 ways to offer this email security with a Cisco solution. Firstly, for customers that have a preference for on-premise solutions, Cisco Email Security Appliance can be deployed, with updates regularly received from Cisco SIO. Secondly, the same solution can be deployed as a virtual appliance, supported on Cisco Unified Computing Server Platform, an economic and flexible deployment method for the data center or customer with applications converged into virtualized servers. Finally, Cisco Cloud Email Security, giving a number of managed, subscription-based solutions hosted in the cloud. Let's take a look at each of these options. For an on-premise email security solution, there are 3 steps. First, sell the email subscription bundle. We'll show you these on the next slide. Secondly, sell either the appliance or virtual appliance, depending on the customer requirements. Thirdly, don't forget to sell SmartNet services to protect the customer's investment. The licenses available simply depend on the customer's requirement for inbound, outbound, or both. As you can see, inbound licenses include anti-spam, antivirus, outbreak filters, and clustering. Outbound licenses with data loss protection compliance, email encryption, and clustering. Premium licenses include both inbound and outbound solutions. If your customer is looking to offload the IT from their premise, Cisco offers 3 options: Cisco Cloud Email Security, Cisco Hybrid Email Security, or Cisco Managed Email Security. A cloud email security solution is suitable when organizations want to reduce data center footprint, thus reducing rack space, power, and cooling demand, as well as administrative overhead. Lower total cost of ownership. Expedite time to deployment for current and future capacity requirements. As an alternative, a hybrid email security solution is suitable for organizations that want to leverage the benefits of a cloud form factor, maintaining control of outbound data on premises, and want to simplify management. A managed email security solution is suitable for organizations faced with difficulty finding trained personnel, want to free resources to focus on strategic IT initiatives, or have the need for an on-premises email security solution with predictable pricing. Now let's move on to Cisco Web Security. Often linked closely to email security, Cisco Web Security provides multiple layers of web security defense, providing protection for the often unaware user clicking on potentially risky URLs. Web security leverages the great benefits of the Cisco Security Intelligence operation. Using this strong and dynamic database of rated websites, Cisco Web Security can both protect users with anti-malware defenses, as well as applying the URL filtering necessary to control the user access to sites that are risky. Add to this the proactive monitoring of Layer 4 traffic for the on-premise solutions, and the advanced visibility and control results in the next-generation protection and control at the micro-application level. Finally, the data loss prevention capability to scan and control, based on policy, the outgoing information, to protect against loss of confidential information. The result of this process is to have the flexible protection and control to assure that we can block, limit access, or allow users to the websites based on intelligent information. Web security leverages a sophisticated multi-layered solution. The layer of filtering initially based on the security intelligence operation enables known bad sites to be totally blocked. In contrast, known good sites can pass through quickly without the need for further scanning. This leaves us with the sites with suspicious reputation scores that can be passed through the scanning process to be analyzed and determine the level of user access. This results in a highly accurate defense. 99% accuracy with an industry-low false positive rate of less than 1 in 1 million, without sacrificing performance. To deliver web security with a Cisco solution, there are multiple ways depending on customer requirements. Firstly, for customers that have a preference for on-premise solutions, Cisco Web Security Appliance can be deployed, with updates regularly received from Cisco SIO. Secondly, the same solution can be deployed as a virtual appliance, supported on Cisco Unified Computing Server Platform, an economic and flexible deployment method for the data center or customer with applications converged into virtualized servers. Thirdly, Cisco Cloud Web Security, giving a number of managed, subscription-based solutions hosted in the cloud. Traffic can be either directed to the cloud service, or connectors are available for a number of related Cisco products in order to redirect traffic to the cloud. Finally, Cisco's ASA next-generation firewall can leverage a hybrid model of categorizing traffic on-premise whilst using the anti-malware capability through Cloud Web Security Connector. Let's take a look next at the options to sell. For the Cisco Web Security appliances, sell a Web Subscription Bundle, which will be shown on the next slide. Then sell as many physical or virtual web security appliances. Finally, remember to sell the benefits of Cisco SmartNet in order to protect the customer's investment in the solution. The licenses are split to match potential customer requirements. The Essential Bundle gives web usage controls, web reputation scoring, and the software subscription service. The Anti-Malware Bundle includes the reputation scoring with antivirus and anti-malware capability, and the Premium Bundle enabling complete capability with all features. If your customer chooses Cisco's Cloud Web Security solution, then their choices are also quite simple. They choose the service offering that fits their needs, the connector they will use to forward their traffic to the Cisco data centers, and whether they will be protecting remote and roaming users with the AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client. The service options cover basic web URL filtering, application control and reporting, malware scanning, and a premium bundle of the two services. With the threat landscape as dynamic as it is, the bundle of both web filtering and malware scanning makes the most sense from a security standpoint, and is our recommended solution. If a customer already has the AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client, they can add the Cloud Web Security service to the already deployed solution. The connectors are the mechanism to forward your internet traffic to Cisco's data centers. Customers can use their ISR G2 routers in the branches, ASA 5500 firewalls running ASA 9.0, the web security appliance, or a direct connection. There is no charge for the connector, with the exception of use for AnyConnect. Your Cisco Partner Manager will help you choose the right connector or connectors for the customer. To sell web security with new or existing ASA firewall customers, the process is very similar. The licensing gives the hybrid capability of onboard functions like Layer 4 traffic monitoring, URL filtering and application visibility and control combined with the cloud anti-malware provided through the Cloud Connector. Again, licensing options are very similar to the options shown on the web security appliances. Next, we take a look at the solution to powerful and flexible network access with Cisco Identity Service Engine or ISE. With the many network access methods available to users, Cisco Identity Services Engine solves the issue of making sure there is a single flexible solution for all access security in the network. Cisco ISE provides simplified but highly granular policies to be enforced to cater for the wide range of users and the level of user access allowed. User authentication makes sure that only the right users and devices are allowed into the network. Guest management extends this to cater for compartmentalized access to basic services for authorized guests visiting the customer's locations. The flexibility to allow or deny access based on the type of device being used, for example iPads. The capability to check the posture of the device to ensure up-to-date antivirus software, with the ability to warn and quarantine users based on the findings. And finally, unified policy management, meaning whatever access method the user connects through, the single policy can be more easily managed and maintained rather than separate systems for each access method. The result is a highly configurable but easily managed access control system catering for the wide range of choices used in many customer networks today. ISE is key and central to Cisco's Bring Your Own Device solution. It controls the access policies and blocks or enables access to the network. When a user tries to connect a device to the network, the following workflow applies. The user is authenticated using 802.1x. The device is profiled to be identified. The device is then postured to make sure it complies with company policy. ISE can then apply the appropriate policy based on the user, device, posture, and location. Partial, full, or no access will then be granted. If we look a bit closer at some of these examples, we can see some key benefits Cisco brings to a complete solution. In this example of user identification, Cisco Catalyst switches are leveraged to provide the challenge method to the attached device. You can see the authorized users with their varying devices, as well as infrastructure devices such as IP phones. These can be challenged using 802.1x or an agent-based approach. For enterprise shared devices, such as printers, MAC address authentication can be used in addition to the identification of the device via protocols like Cisco Discovery Protocol. Guest users can be challenged via a web authentication method, commonly seen in public Wi-Fi access, but with added security and policy control. What this shows is an integrated Cisco solution that leverages the advanced features of the Catalyst switch to help identify and control users via the centralized policy set at the Cisco Identity Service Engine. The result? A streamlined and secure solution with flexible management and consistent control across the whole network. This integrated solution also allows the device profiling necessary to make an informed decision about the device being used. Again, leveraging the base capabilities of the Catalyst switches, the device type can be identified. The device can then be classified. And finally, the authorization can be set based on ISE policy. For example, if an employee connects with a PC, he will have full access. If with an iPad, he will have Internet access only. Also, the posture assessment enables, based on policy, the device to be checked for latest virus definitions and patches in order to quarantine the device until user action to update the device are complete. Again, with complete flexibility in how the policy can be administered. In closing, what Cisco Security Solutions bring to your customers is a broad set of security solutions with flexible deployment options, as well as best-in-class innovation through both internal development and acquisition. Cisco Security Intelligence Operation, giving the best dynamic defense against day zero attacks, a key differentiator against the competition. Cisco as a proven partner, with large installed base and great customer references. Thank you for listening to this Cisco SMB University module.